Hello and good morning. This is my outfit of the day today. I've got these little black booties, black shorts, black bodysuit, Gucci belt, and little tan blazer and my handbag. Makeup is done, hair is not done, and that is because I booked an appointment at Dry Bar for today. I'm so excited. I was gonna wash my hair last night and then I was like, or I could go to bed and then I could go to Dry Bar tomorrow. So that is what I'm doing. I'm going to Dry Bar. And then straight from Dry Bar, I told you guys I'm going to a YouTube workshop while I'm here. That is what is going on today. It's from like 1 to 6.
Hi, Uber for Sierra.
All right, that was a little bit stressful. So my blowout went pretty well. I feel like my hair looks pretty good. Not like the best blowout I've ever had, but a pretty good one. But it took like so long. So they were running like 30 minutes behind. So I was supposed to get in at 11:45 and that's when I got there, but they didn't actually start doing my hair till 12:15 and I needed to leave there at 1. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna be late to the YouTube workshop, but it looks like I'm gonna get there like literally right at 1:30 when it starts. So I'm gonna have to like sprint through Chelsea Market, take the elevator up, like, oh, I thought I gave myself plenty of time for this blow dry, and I definitely did. They just took a while. Okay, I just made it over to the theater to see Hadestown. I am so excited. Be More Chill last night was amazing. I'm gonna talk more about both of these shows when I get back to my hotel and can like sit down and synthesize everything. But Be More Chill I had seen before, so I was like kind of experiencing it differently. Hadestown I haven't seen. I've heard amazing things about it, and I also have only let myself listen to like 2 songs on the soundtrack. So I'm going in pretty blind. It is based on a Greek tragedy, so I do kind of know the story, but I don't know the plot of the show and how closely it's gonna follow the like Greek tragedy. So I'm very, very excited. It's supposed to be amazing, and the Tonys are this Sunday as I'm filming this. So they've already happened as you guys are watching this, but everyone's saying it's probably gonna do really, really well at the Tonys. So it's cool getting to see something always with the original cast is always super cool. Be More Chill was with the original cast and Hadestown is with the original cast. So I love getting to see shows like that. And then also it's supposed to do like absolutely killer. So I am just so excited. It's supposed to be super cool. So there's actually a little cafe bakery right here. I am so hungry. I did not eat much at all, so I'm gonna try to get something really quick before I head into the show, that my stomach isn't grumbling during the show. I made a mistake. They asked me if I wanted the croissant heated up and I said yes because it sounded good, but now it's like too hot to eat and I need to eat it before I go inside the theater. So I'm just gonna like burn my mouth on this hot croissant. Okay, I ripped off a little piece. Look how shiny I am. Oh my gosh, I need to touch up my makeup, but it's back in the hotel. I didn't get to stop at the hotel in between the workshop and the show, so we're just going full shine, full sweat, full glisten and sparkle. All right, I just got done at the Hadestown stage door. I got my playbill signed. It was just amazing. Oh my gosh, like phenomenal. I texted Steven and I said art on stage. It was really, really amazing. And I got to stage door and get my playbill signed. Also, they gave out these little red roses, which are like a metaphor throughout the show, which was so cool. So they handed these out to everyone at the stage door, which means I got one. I love hanging out at the stage door. I got to meet actually quite a few fans of my channel who were at the stage door, which was weird because like I was waiting as a fan for the actors, but then like some of the fans waiting for the actors were also fans of my channel, which is so weird to me, but so cool. And I just talked with you guys like who were there for like 30 minutes about the show and about everything, and it was just so great, especially after last night going backstage of Be More Chill and not doing the stage door experience. I feel like it was really cool to get both sides of that last night and then tonight. Like last night I got to go backstage and see the actors and see the set and see everything, and then today I was just like a normal Broadway goer again at the stage door, pushing my playbill over the barrier. It was so cool, but I'm actually starving. That croissant that I had before the show was just enough to get me through, but now I am very hungry. So it's about 11:30. I think I'm gonna try to find somewhere to grab a bite before I head to bed, head back to my hotel. Okay, it is the next day. I'm still coming down from the emotional high that is Hadestown the musical. I am so glad I saw this show. It is, oh my gosh, I just can't, I have no words. I cannot wait for the cast album to come out. It was so good. Hadestown is pretty much like the favored to win all of the Tonys this year, and I really wanted to see it before the Tonys, and I'm very glad I got to. So Hadestown is essentially a retelling of the Greek tragedy of Orpheus and Eurydice, and then there's kind of a secondary story, not even really a secondary story. The stories are kind of like, I'd say like equal, but also telling the story of Hades and Persephone, his wife, who spends half of her time above on Earth, you know, creating life and flowers and summer, and then half of her time down below with her husband Hades in Hadestown. This show is so unique. It's so well done. The music, I think, is definitely the strongest point of the show. I thought the staging was just phenomenal. There's this one part that I'll see if I can find footage of it online, where they have these lamps on stage during Wait For Me, and there's 5 members of the ensemble, and they're pulling them out and then swinging them over the audience, and I was in the 3rd row, so these giant lamps are going like right over my head, and I was just like completely mesmerized. I think Ava, I don't know how to say her last name, Nobla Gonzato, Ava Nobla Gonzato, I think she is the strongest part of the show, and I'm probably gonna get flack for that because this show has some actors in it who are like Broadway royalty. It has Patrick Page, it has, who else is even in this? Amber Gray, Andre DeShields, like this is a really strong cast, and I think Ava she plays Eurydice. Her voice is like effortless. I think there are a few songs from the cast album out, not all of them yet though, and you can hear it in her voice. Like, I don't know if it works the same on the cast album, but like in the theater, like her voice it just has this tone to it that you can't teach. Like, obviously her technique is phenomenal, but she just has this beautiful, soft, effortless tone, and her voice is a little bit lower, which I feel like maybe is why I liked her so much, because I'm like a mezzo-soprano, and most leading roles are usually like, you know, sopranos, they're belting really high, and she has some really like low notes where I was like, okay girl, like okay, I see you. And then Patrick Page, who plays Hades, his voice, I think he originated the role of Scar in Lion King on Broadway, and I know he played Frollo in Hunchback when it was in San Diego. They did like an out-of-town tryout in La Jolla, and I saw him in that, and oh my gosh, his voice is so low. He has this song, it's like, hey little songbird, like it's so freaking low. Like, he's a bass, but he's like a bass. Like, he's down in the basement, if you know. Get it? Basement, okay, all right. But yeah, this show is so beautiful. I came home and was immediately playing the songs that have been released from the cast recording, because wow, like it is so beautiful, so powerful. I guess if there was anything I didn't super like, I thought there were parts of the first act that kind of dragged on. You know, after the first act, I was like, oh, this is really good, but I wasn't like, you know, obsessed with it like everyone else is and like I am right now. But the second act, like I was just hanging on every single line, every word, every little piece of music. Like the second act of the show is kind of unreal. I really hope it does well at the Tonys. I know it has a ton of nominations. I really think that this show is gonna be the show that this year sweeps everything. Like, this is gonna be the show that's kind of the standout from the 2019-2018 season. So this was just amazing, and the only bad thing about it is that I really just wish I could see it again because it is so good. But I paid an arm and a leg for that ticket, so you know, living in San Diego, probably not gonna be back here for a while, so probably won't be able to see it. And when I come back, those tickets are probably gonna be way overpriced. Well, not overpriced, because that's worth it. So what I always do when I see a new Broadway show is I have a running list of every show that I've seen on Broadway. Now keep in mind, because I posted this on my Instagram story, and a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, you haven't seen Les Mis, you haven't seen Phantom, and I'm like, I've seen those shows, just not on Broadway. So these are only shows that I've seen in New York on Broadway. I'm not counting national tours, I'm not counting regional productions, I'm not counting like tapings that they have online that I've seen. Just shows that I have seen on Broadway. Okay, so my top 4, I always say, are like a dead even tie. Like it's not even an even tie, it's just that I couldn't rank them because they're all so different. And that's Hamilton, Dear Evan Hansen, Come From Away, and Waitress. Those are my top 4 shows. I think Hadestown gets up in that top 5, or you know, maybe not, just because like I said, there were some parts in the first act that I was like, okay, come on, like let's speed it up, let's go. So I guess I'm not gonna put it at the top 5, but I'm gonna put it right below. It is just slightly below, but it is so good. Definitely up there. Also, just in case you guys are wondering, I'll just go through my Broadway ranking right now. So I have Hamilton, Come From Away, Dear Evan Hansen, Waitress, now Hadestown, Wicked, Spring Awakening, Be More Chill, which I saw in the last vlog, The Band's Visit, Mean Girls, Once on This Island, Matilda, To Kill a Mockingbird, Anastasia, The Prom, Something Rotten, Newsies, School of Rock, Fun Home, Kinky Boots, Mamma Mia, SpongeBob, and Cats. Now keep in mind, if you're a huge Cats fan or a huge SpongeBob fan, I still absolutely love those shows. I have vlogs when I saw those shows and I really enjoyed them. But you know, if I'm ranking my shows, something's gotta be last. Still loved it, still amazing. But you know, Hadestown, that's probably gonna be my current obsession for quite a while. I'm probably gonna be singing it in like every single vlog for a very long time. Also, Eurydice has this song called All I've Ever Known. And it is like, well, when she was singing it, I was like so invested. And then after the show, I was like going through the songs in my head and I was like, oh, like that was a really good song. And I was like, wait, that song's kind of in my register. Like, most leading lady songs are too high for me. I could sing All I've Ever Known. So maybe I should cover. I don't know, I'd have to learn the music. I don't even think there's like sheet music available for it right now, but when it comes out, should I do a cover? Let me know. I really enjoyed the show. So beautiful, so wonderfully done, amazing score, amazing direction, amazing set. Oh, and I need to go get ready because I'm still in my pajamas. And we've got a day ahead of us. Okay, so I just finished getting ready. Here is my outfit of the day. Very simple, very comfy, good for walking too. I'm wearing my Adidas today. Yesterday, I wore my cute little black booties, but today I am hanging out with my friend Jacob. And last time we hung out in New York, we literally walked like 7 miles is what my Apple Watch told me. So yeah, walking shoes. Jacob is one of my good friends from home. We did theater together in high school and now he lives in New York. So this is my second time coming here while he's lived here. Last time we hung out, cue that vlog. I've never had someone that knows me like you do, the way you do. I've never had someone as good for me as you, no one like you. Steven and his parents are arriving today. The second half of this trip is gonna be just like fun vacation time. Obviously, the first day was more work, but I still got to see some shows. And from here on out, it's just happy, fun, sunshine, rainbow time, exploring New York City and seeing shows. Oh my gosh, Jacob, I love your work.
Please, no, I'm just
What's in the bag, Jacob?
Well, let's just say it's some narcotic.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's clothes.
So what are we even doing today? Wandering around, having some drinks, starting at Starbucks?
We're trying to find Joe Jonas.
Because he's performing on the Today Show.
He is.
Oh, we should go stalk him. Just kidding.
So? Stalking
isn't cool. Honestly, let's go like track down Joe Jonas. Like 13-year-old me would be thriving.
Really? Because 22-year-old me is very excited right now.
Look at that. We're on the High Line, which is like an old subway track that's now like a walking park area. Jacob is serenading strangers.
Didn't see it. I was too busy, you know, exercising and making people fall in love with me. You know how it is.
Wait, so it's a coloring book, but just all the photos are different dinosaurs smoking weed? So Jacob and I are at lunch and Jacob's like, oh, do you want to like get dessert? Do you want to get something sweet? And then he turns deadpan to the waiter and just goes, you know what's sweet? Our friendship. And then we order the beignets and Jacob goes, beignets is what I'm saying.
Like, I should warn people when they spend time with me. Like,
our entire friendship is just you practicing stand-up.
It really is. And it is funny, I do it all the time, and then when I perform, I'm terrible.
Wow, it's almost like you should take the hint when I don't laugh at your jokes. If you guys didn't see the last video of Jacob and I swear I'm not bullying him. Well, maybe I am a little bit, but that's just like our friendship.
Yeah, we're friends, don't hit me.
Yeah, we just rip on each other nonstop.
Yeah.
You better watch it, Jacob. But cheers! Cheers to the sweetest thing, our friendship. Aww. Either the waiter was just a super nice guy or he was into Jacob, because first of all, he gives 30% off our entire bill. Second of all, he gave us free lemon drops. And he laughed at all your jokes.
Exactly.
So obviously he was into you, because why else would anyone else laugh at your
And
jokes?
listen, don't be surprised. The local librarians have said if they were 30 years younger, I'd have to watch out.
Wow, so that's your type.
That's my
That's your
type.
type.
Old librarians, bartenders.
You know what, Jacob? I will go to any restaurant with you if you're gonna flirt with our waiter so that I get free drinks.
I wasn't even flirting, I was just being me. Naturally charming.
Jacob was telling me that he very much enjoyed the comments on the last vlog because there were some comments of people being like, ooh, Jacob's cute. So he just used the comments as his own personal Tinder.
So you know,
enjoy.
if anybody's in the New York area,
You know what?
doesn't mind aggressively Jewish women, which is all my family's made of.
You know what? If I ever get offered a reality show, I'm gonna make it like a dating show just for Jacob, and I'm the host, and so I have to like screen these women for you. And the thing is, there'd be so many seasons because you'd never find anyone.
Right.
Everyone in the comments is gonna be like, oh my gosh, Sierra's so mean to Jacob, like he's so nice.
Hey guys, don't worry about it. The world is mean to Jacob.
And Jacob's mean to me. Jacob always roasts me, so I have to take every chance I get.
But it'll always be like this. It'll be like, Sierra, that's a funny shirt. And she'll be like, Jacob, you're gonna die alone. Like.
It's true. So Jacob and I, we're gonna walk back to my hotel, and Steven and his parents are gonna be arriving like right about as we get back. But then we realized it's literally, I think, 26 blocks, and we walked this way here because we took the High Line. But walking back 26 blocks in the heat, it's like 80, 85, doesn't sound great. So we're gonna walk to the next subway station, which it's been like 15 minutes. So I don't know if we're gonna find the subway station.
Are there actually subways in New York? Or is
Who
that
knows?
Is that just a myth?
Well, we can't find them, so I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
I think get into any random car, they will become a taxi. So.
Oh, true. Or
This
an
red
Uber.
truck, let's go.
All right, Jacob's leaving. We just met up with Lisa and Jim and Steven, about to go to dinner. So Jacob, I already pressed the down button for you. You can go now. Come here. Love you. I'll see you later. Have fun. Bye.
Holy crap. I just got back to the hotel room. Sierra's taking a quick shower because she's been walking around, it's just a little messy. But oh my gosh, what a day. So our flight was at 7:10 this morning, and I have no idea what time it is. I don't have my watch. It's 5:18 right now, so it's 3 o'clock back on the good old West Coast. We're so tired. I got 3 hours of sleep last night because I was just busy, you know, cleaning up the house and getting the dogs out. This trip's gonna be so busy. Just living in Sierra's time. Tonight we're going to a little Italian place, and then we're seeing Lion King, which is, of all the shows, is what show I've always wanted to see the most. I'm always into those like big production shows, and Lion King's a story I know and love, so it's bound to be a good time. Sierra's never been super intrigued by Lion King. I remember when we came to New York last time, she was just like, we're like choosing shows, and I was like, Lion King? And she's like, eh. I'm like, what? Come on.
Wait, I have to come out in my towel and say why I'm not super excited about Lion King.
Oh, yeah,
Here's
you
the
have
thing.
to like justify your
Okay,
theater
here's
decisions.
the thing. I like theater that changes my life. I like theater that changes my perspective and my opinion. After Hadestown last night, I walked out feeling different. Evan Hansen, I walked out feeling different. Even Be More Chill, which is like a lighter show,
Yeah.
I walked out feeling different.
I go to theater to be entertained.
You go to be like, whoa, a giraffe. Like I want to be.
I don't ask for like life-changing.
I want to cry. I want to
Anyways,
feel.
I'm gonna
So
stop
okay,
you
I
there
have to get
because we
ready.
could go on forever about theater.
Okay, we're ready to go.
Oh, can't bring a hat.
Yeah, don't bring a hat. That's like theater etiquette because it blocks people's view. Also, I'm wearing the exact same outfit except for no belt that I wore to Be More Chill because I don't have time to pick an outfit. Also, look at how crusty my makeup is. It's like
You look fine.
cakey and sweaty and...
Where's my sweaty one?
Hi, I love
Okay,
you. I missed
We're
you so
supposed
much.
to be down to level G right now.
Okay, we're going to Sardi's and then Lion King and then we'll see you guys after. I'm so tired, but excited. I love New York and I love you. Kiss. Mwah. All right, it is after the show. We are in Times Square on the top of the stairs. Steven, How you feeling?
Very crowded.
I don't think I've actually ever seen it this condensed. Like, look at all those people.
The casual 11 p.m.
I know. But what'd you think of Lion King?
I really like it.
Yeah, we can talk more about it when we get to the hotel, because it's a little crazy here, but...
I'm just absorbing 11 o'clock here.
And this is Steven's dad's first time in New York. What do you think, Jim? Times Square?
Great. Thanks to Sierra and Steven for the tickets.
Oh. Yay, I'm not alone in the hotel bed. I missed you.
I missed you too.
I love New York, and I love being here, but I like it when you're here with me too. That's fun.
Do you, or do I slow you down?
No, because I get to do my favorite thing, see Broadway shows, but I also get to like turn over at you during like the little pauses between scenes and be like, So, Lion King. Steven has been wanting to see this show since he saw his first Broadway show. So what'd you think? Was it everything you wanted it to be?
I really liked it.
Good.
I wouldn't say it was like the best show I've ever seen.
What's the best show you've ever seen?
I guess it was the best show I've ever seen. I've only seen so many shows.
Just wait till you see Come From Away tomorrow.
And does it have to be Broadway or like?
No, just any show.
I liked Hamilton a lot.
Yeah, Hamilton's great. So what did you think of Lion King? Give your thoughts. Put your theater critique cap on.
I liked it. I kind of wish that it had more of those big moments. Because that's what I'm a sucker for.
What do you mean, like in Circle of Life when they do the...
Yeah, like I wanted Circle of Life to play like 4 more times. I thought they could have played it like so much more.
Well, I went into it excited because it's a Broadway show, but I wasn't like, you know, this is gonna be life-changing. I would give it, Steven asked me to give it an overall rating. I said like a C+.
That's
like
pretty aggressive.
A 78. No, I mean, I'm comparing this to like the other Broadway shows I've seen. Like, I mean, compared to most theater, it's like 100.
It's a really old story.
Yeah, so I think my thing with theater is, like I said earlier, I like theater that challenges me, that changes my worldview, that makes me think, that makes me feel. This was beautiful, and I got chills like multiple times. Like the storytelling, the set, the costumes, the dance in particular. I was going on and on about the dance after the show. I thought,
oh, look at them do ballet.
yeah, I thought the technique was wonderful. I love anytime a Broadway show incorporates ballet, I think it's really cool, and they did such a good job of that. It is a tourist show, is what I would say. The theater is like 3 or 4 times the size of the average Broadway theater, and they're, you know, I'm gonna just guess, I would say probably at least 60 to 70% of the people there, that was their first Broadway show.
It's a very good first Broadway show.
Oh, phenomenal, and I loved it, but like, if I'm comparing it to, you know, Come From Away, Hadestown, Dear Evan Hansen, even Be More Chill, which is, you know, a more surface level show, but still has a lot of heart. I feel like I walk out of those shows feeling
And I feel like it's
different.
one of the few shows, like, for kids, that kids could go to and get a lot out of.
Oh, absolutely, because it's beautiful, it's family friendly, but it still makes you feel. And I thought it was really good.
Lion King and it's Disney, and that's probably the bigger reason, but.
Yeah, I just thought the way that they did the sets and the costumes and like the puppets was so creative.
Yeah, it was almost distracting to a sense.
You think so?
Just like the technicality of it and being like, oh wow, that's puppet is like, that's a really cool puppet. And then like, oh, I just missed like parts of that song because I was looking at how the puppet worked.
I think that's a you thing. See, I just look and I'm like, ooh, cool giraffe. And Steven's like, I wonder how.
I was looking at the leopard and like,
works.
she has like wires on her head, so like she turns her head, the leopard's head moves. I was like, that's so cool.
So do you think, it was Steven's dad's first Broadway show, do you think he liked it?
Oh yeah. For people who aren't really into theater, those kind of shows are the best shows.
I'm interested to see what you think of this versus Come From Away tomorrow, because I think both Lion King and Come From Away are beautiful, wonderful stories.
Yeah.
But Come From Away is a completely different side of Broadway. We're talking small theater, minimal set, character-driven story. Come From Away is about the characters. There's no, like, I mean, the plot is, we'll talk more about it in tomorrow's vlog. I'll do one positive and one negative about Lion King as well. We'll start with the negative so I end on a high note. So many pandery jokes to like kids and families. Like they literally made a joke about Angry Birds and I side-eyed Steven. I was like, come on. Like, yeah, when all the birds were flying around and then Pumbaa came out and he's like, that's how you beat Angry Birds.
Oh,
I was like,
I think I missed that one. I saw the eye roll and I was like, I missed the joke.
Yeah, well, everyone did. Not to be too negative on Lion King because it was phenomenal. Like, you know, keep in mind whenever I'm giving critiques about Broadway shows, like I loved it regardless. I'm just, you know, giving my thoughts on it. So the thing that I thought was just, phenomenal was the harmonies. I mean, most of the musicals that I prefer today are usually smaller casts. like Hadestown had an ensemble, but the ensemble was 5 people, and then the leads were like 5 people. So it's a 10-person cast total. Dear Evan Hansen is like a 7-person cast. Like a lot of the more modern shows are small cast. And this, I mean, there was what, 20, 30 people in the cast?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
you get that big, loud, like gospel sound.
Yeah.
With, you know.
When they did Circle of Life.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting like 6-part harmonies in there, and it's just wild and phenomenal. If you're going to New York to see your first Broadway show, especially if you're going with family who maybe isn't like, you know, Broadway people, Lion King.
Like most people.
Like most people. But, you know, I feel like most of the people who sit through my theater vlogs, they're like me. They're theater nerds, you know? If you're still watching at this point, either you're just really bored, or you really like theater, or you really like us. Maybe all 3.
And on that note, what a wonderful way to segue to bed.
It is. So we'll see you guys tomorrow with another new vlog for Come From Away. Bye.
Bye.